What's up, market snipers? Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here, my time. So we're getting a start on the markets. The markets started without us, right? But we're going to catch up quickly. So appreciate everyone's support, everyone's comments, likes, tweets, or I guess they're called posts again. And so keep them coming. I appreciate it. Happy to help. And let's get into it. Just a quick reminder, if you're a subscriber, then I believe you're able to comment on YouTube any symbol. So, make sure to, comment the name of the asset. Like if it's like crypto, it might be something that I don't recognize, right? So if you want me to chart it, please let me know if it's crypto, stock, what it is, and then the symbol as well. That way, when I search for it, I can search for it quicker on the live stream. So um, this is jump right into it. This is the Bitcoin daily chart. And I'm not going to spend too much time on the Bitcoin daily chart. You can check out the yesterday's video. I spent 9 minutes and 30 seconds covering it and covering, what I was kind of thinking that would play out and, what we had talked about as a possible option back here in August before the breakdown. That price could break down, come back up, hit some key targets, and really put in a lower high and also kind of build out a right shoulder, very similar to silver and gold, right? So obviously, none of that is guaranteed, and we take it, level by level. And of course, this is not financial advice, but you know, we do have, ideas, and the ideas seem to work out on a regular basis. So we'll keep putting out the ideas of what we think is going to happen. It's not going to ever be 100% accurate, right? So just keep that in mind. And if you're treating this as like running a business versus a get rich quick game, then you can learn how to run a business. And at the end of the day, the purpose of running a business is to be profitable, right? So that's the end result. So to get to that point, you got to learn the charts. The charts are probably one of the easiest things to learn. So if you're going to learn the strategy on the charts, it's probably the easiest. You still have to spend the time on it and look at the charts and do your research and all that stuff, back testing, all that. But then it comes down to execution, right? So can you build out your own strategy? Then can you put that into like a plan? And then can you execute that plan to the best of your ability? And that's how you run it as a business. And you just do it over and over and over again. So that's when they say, trading should become boring, right? I mean, it never gets old for me to stare at charts. I'm obsessed with staring at charts, but the trading itself shouldn't feel like a gamble. You've studied a move with so much time that it shouldn't feel like a gamble, right? Doesn't mean you're going to be right, because you're going to take some losses, and you're not always going to have a winning streak in business either. So, and just keep in mind, most businesses fail, within a couple of years. Most traders probably aren't profitable for a couple of years either. So truly treating it like a business versus trying to catch lightning in a bottle. You may catch lightning in a bottle, and maybe you're one and done and you get lucky, kind of like winning a lottery. But are you going to be here for the long haul? And are you going to, control your own destiny and be able to execute your plan over and over and over again? So, quick little rant in the morning. Just sometimes I have something on my mind and want to talk about it. So Bitcoin, this is still, a possibility from, back in August, drawing it out to hit these lower targets, consolidate, possibly retrace back up, and then go back down and hit some longer term targets. So if you want more details on that, I talked about it more on, like I said, on the Bitcoin video chart that I posted last night on YouTube. You can check it out. Also goes out to the newsletter. So subscribe there. It's free, and know exactly when to be notified when a video goes out. So you can do that. So let's jump into it. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Kind of clear off everything, just kind of get a fresh chart. I like to clear off things on a regular basis. And yeah, it's more chart, makes me work at it. But one thing I feel like it kind of helps me is not to, you know, not to, to remain neutral, not to be biased one way or the other. So if I have like old targets and everything on there, um, you know, it does, the chart doesn't get too stale, and then it makes me keep charting it, makes me keep thinking, is this what I'm really looking at? Or, has my mind changed? Right. So quick, take a look at the comments. Arnold, my man, what's up? Hey, what's going on? Longtime sniper. Doc, the sentiment for BTC really negative. I suppose more likely a rally. And if over 33,000, that's the thing is influencers love to talk about is, well, everyone is bearish, so we got to see a rally. Everyone is bullish, so we got to see a correction, right? So, and that does play out on from time to time, but I can tell you that taking profits on Bitcoin at 61,000, I lost a lot of cyber friends, right? So I lost a lot of cyber friends saying, "Hey, I think it's over. I'm taking profits." And, everyone called me a bear for, I think it was like 3 or 4 months, they were still in denial. Right. And then, taking a long position and even going back further on Bitcoin, taking a long position with leverage at 32,000 in July of 2021. Everyone was bearish. They thought the bear market was here. Right. And then taking a long position at 16,800 with leverage, um, the first week of January of 2023. I can tell you, seemed like everyone was talking about 10,000. So we are hoping, and we're hoping for a rally. And even in the Discord, I talked about all through the bear market of 2022. I kept saying, just give us a 100% rally so the snipers can participate and do good. I thought it would go higher, but it doesn't matter what I think. We just have to read the charts. And in hindsight, it was over 100%. It was like 104, 105%. So the sentiment, you got to be careful where the sentiment is coming from. Is it coming from Twitter? Is it coming from YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is? Or is it a sentiment system? To me personally, I don't follow it. Maybe I keep an awareness on it, or like the greed and fear index, but I feel like it's lagging indicators. So for me, I just kind of stick to my own trading, and seems to be one step ahead of sentiment. That's my own personal thoughts on it. So we'll just stick with that. But so after 105% rally, sentiment for BTC is really negative. Yeah, but there's usually a correction, right? So kind of going back to Bitcoin, there was that big rally, and now it's just coming back to like, there. I don't see, based off of like you'll hear me talking more about it in the Bitcoin video, but like I don't see bigger um, moves being stepped in for price to be bought unless there's a little bit bigger correction, right? So obviously I could be wrong, but that's just what I think. So we're kind of watching that for now. Plus, other things are lined up, like the DXY that we're going to get into is bullish, and the Nasdaq looks like it, could be putting in that lower high and stuff. PRR06, ABY. Probably any chance for OSTK chart. Greatest stuff. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna try to get through. So the game plan is to kind of get through all the charts, 15, 30 minutes. not all of the charts, and then kind of do the requests. So definitely put in your comments. If you're a subscriber, I appreciate you, and I see your comments because you're a subscriber. So Oswaldo Flores, hello Jesse, what's up, Oswaldo? Good morning. So NASDAQ daily chart, so yesterday it was a pending sell signal, right? And sometimes it takes time to play out if it's putting in a lower high. And we were talking about the lower high isn't confirmed yet. The lower high could come all the way back up into here and still put in a lower high, right? So what we saw yesterday was after a pending sell signal, never became a sell signal on the NASDAQ daily chart, it gapped up. So, as trading times are closed for 1 hour, some market maker gapped it up and probably wiped out, woke up a lot of traders after that hour and wiped out, potential stop losses and stuff, and liquidated some new shorts, right? So, and they may come up and take out, this area here to take out a bunch of stop losses and then resume back down. So that's the nature of the beast. And even if it was looking like it was rolling over a pending sell, there wasn't an actual sell signal yet. And so then they gap it up, right? So, that's just part of the game. And that's why I always say that, it'll never be 100% accurate, especially when you're playing with options and futures and anything outside of crypto, where crypto is 24/7. But if you're getting into futures and options, there is the markets do close, or even stocks, the markets do close. And when it's closed, they can put in their orders, when the New York market is closed, they can put their orders in a different time. And then that's when you see the gaps, right? And it can go against you. So, instead of being discouraged, if you know that going in, you don't risk more than you can afford to lose. You don't put all your eggs into one basket on one trade, and you don't swing for the home run, and trying to get rich quick, right? So that's where it goes back to treating it like a business, because these things exist. You know that you're not going to bat 100%. So if you take a huge swing and it's one of the 10% that you lose, or one of the 20%, or whatever it is that you lose, and you take a big swing, that really hurts the account. It really hurts your confidence, and you want to be able to bounce back quickly. So if you truly are treating it like a business, you're going to be looking for, as Nick and I were talking about the other day, was a baseball reference, right? You're not trying to hit that home run. You're just trying to get base hits. Well, if you bat, not even a high percentage, like if you were to bat, like I think like 350 would probably put you in the Hall of Fame. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's about 350. So, and it's true. Like if you go to trading, I did a coaching video on this last year, where if you're looking at a risk to reward ratio of 2 to 1, you have to be right 34% of the time to be a little bit better than break even. So a 2 to 1 risk to reward ratio, you have to be right 34% to be positive, right? So that's all it takes, really. So are you disciplined enough to execute your plan and all that stuff? So not to get down the rabbit hole of coaching, we could be here for 8 hours straight. G-Rod, loving the live streams. Thanks, G-Rod. Appreciate you. So NASDAQ, not much has changed other than, it was a pending sell signal yesterday, then the gap up. And, what I talk about a lot is, especially in the Discord and Twitter, with all the posts and stuff, it's not really how the candle starts, but it's how the candle closes. I'm more interested in how the candle closes. So it didn't close with the sell signal, and price could start all the way up here at 15,588 with a wick, and then end up closing back below, and and then continue downward. So we'll see, and we'll see what happens, because you did have that bearish divergence, lower high, could be a lower high, but it's not confirmed yet, as we are talking about yesterday. And we'll just continue to watch it from there. So that's the NASDAQ. Let's look at the DXY. So the DXY on the daily chart is ultra bullish, right? So on our sharpshooter candles 3.1 indicator, we do have the candles colored for, quote unquote, when price is overbought or oversold. And you're going to hear me talk about a lot where, that's sometimes when the magic happens. It doesn't mean that's when we're going to take a short position, is when, price is overbought. So we're going to take a short. We're not taking a long position because, candles are oversold, right? I like it as an indicator to say, hey, you might want to start considering taking profit, right? So if you're already in a short position and it's starting to look like it's getting oversold, consider taking profits, right? Whatever your strategy is, you have to develop that. And when price is starting to get overbought, two things are going to happen. It's going to sometimes when the magic happens, and we got these, magic wands on the indicator, or it's a good time to take profit, and you're going to see a correction because price is actually getting overbought. So it's something to be aware of, and that's kind of when the divergences start to come in to play as well. When price is oversold, you could see some potentially bullish divergences forming over time. And then if price is getting overbought, you can also see, bearish divergences starting to form. So those are what we're really looking for over a longer period of time for potential reversals and nailing those reversals. And of course, what we're going to talk about a lot is, so get used to it if you want. We'll talk about a lot of, that lower high being a higher probability for shorts and stuff, or a higher low is a higher probability for a long position. Arnold, can you check gold? Sure, you got it. Speaking of gold, well, no, it wasn't gold. It was silver. Took a scalp. I guess you call it a scalp. It was based off a 15-minute chart. Only had it. You call it a day trade too, and whatever the label you want. Scalp is probably more like a 1-minute chart, but I only had the position for like 15 minutes, and I posted it yesterday on Twitter. I don't like to post my gains often. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of tacky. I'm more into like posting other, snipers gains. That really gets me fired up and stuff. So if you guys have gains, tag me or tag Market Sniper Pro, and we're happy to repost your stuff. I love seeing your guys' gains. I think it's kind of weird when I post my own, but yesterday I was just it was like a 1 hour day trade and posted a gain on silver. So I do play the lower time frames as well, but my main business is swing trading, and the swing trading is based off the daily chart for me. But I do some day trades, throughout the month. So DXY, let's look at the weekly chart. So it's still bullish, right? So it's still bullish, and I'll keep the charts updated on Twitter and stuff. I'll redo the targets, but like I said, we're already through target 1, target 2, and then we'll see if target 3 and target 4 get hit on. So make sure to follow me on Twitter. I'm sure you already are, and I'll keep all these charts fresh and posted daily. That's always my goal and plan. Make sure, as long as I'm in the computer lab, I stay pretty consistent with that in the Discord, where I show all the details, and then Twitter, where I'm showing like the target boxes and stuff like that. So DXY still bullish on the weekly chart. Let's see. RSI still trending upward on the weekly chart. So like I always say, it's still bullish until it's not, right? So you got the trending green dots starting to turn around as well. And so you'll see a lot of times, influencers, traders, investors, every step of the way saying that, it's going to reverse and come back down. But we're just following, what we know best. And that's, relative strength index and, following price and stuff like that. So we're watching the trend continue to move upwards on the dollar. Praveen, can you predict BTC? Praveen, you should check out the recorded Bitcoin videos that I did yesterday and the previous ones over the last couple weeks from the newsletter. And because I don't, obviously I can't predict. I can't predict, but I do draw out my ideas, and the idea is playing out. Or at least it's like I talked about in the video yesterday that it's played out like 1.5 of the 3 moves so far, and it continues to play out. But I don't like to actually say I predict what's going to happen. I just give ideas of what I think is going to happen, whether it happens or not. And we want to stay neutral and be able to adjust with the market in real time. So I don't know, predict is a strong word. I don't like to use it, but check out those videos. You can find it through the free newsletter. I send that out, and then also on YouTube, the previous recorded Bitcoin videos. You can take a look at it, and all my thoughts are there. So definitely take a look at it. Crypto and cats, only 17 people watching. One of the best traders of this moment. 17 people. Well, it's better than 0. So at least you're in there. I'm an optimist. It's early. Everyone's working. It's Friday. One day there might be 17,000 people, right? So I guess you're getting in at the ground zero. But yeah, 17 people. Hey, that's not going to discourage me. I could talk all day to myself. I basically am. But crypto and cats, that's not going to phase me. I don't really care. The 17 people, I hope you find value, and hopefully we try to bring value and make your trading and charts better during that time. So Andre Britz, yo, yeah, what's up? UNFI is a great short now. Yeah, that's interesting because I feel like you're in mine and Crypto Stu's conversation yesterday on the private Discord. I hadn't looked at that chart in a long time, and we were just reminiscing about some old charts that we haven't looked at for like a year. And like a year ago, it talked about, I think, United. I think it's UNFI. I have to double check, but United Healthcare. Well, maybe it's not UNFI. I don't know. I have to look at it, but UNFI. I can't remember the symbol, but we were talking about United Healthcare. I don't know if the same symbol. I might be wrong now. But we were talking about the United Healthcare, and it looked like it might have put in a lower high after a huge pump up, and it's definitely overextended longer term on United Healthcare. So take a look at it. Praveen, all right, you're a investor, I guess. No, I'm a swing trader. I do invest, and I do shorter term day trades like I did yesterday. But yeah, I would say first and foremost a swing trader on the daily chart. So the swing trades can last a few days, could last 10 days, 20 days, all the way up to like 40 days, and then that swing trade could turn into like a longer term hold because for example, Bitcoin bull run might last a lot longer than 20 to 40 days when price is still pumping and stuff. So swing trades, it starts off with a few days and it could turn into a lot more. But then I also do keep my finger on the pulse on day trading, keep my trading skills sharp, and so and keep me humble, right? So the day trades definitely keep me humble, and because it price whips back and forth. Crypto and cats, you deserve more. Well, deserve is well, it'll work itself out. I'm not too worried about it. This is fun for me, anyways. This is the hobby part. The trading is the real game, and then I like helping people and teaching people and that's why I ended up starting the Discord after people pushed for it for like 6 months, and they kept wanting more. And really, there's people getting scammed. They're like people were pretending to be me on Twitter and would scam people $1,000 to teach them how to trade. And I was just like, you know what? People keep pushing me to do it. It's been like 6 months, and so I kind of got out of my comfort zone to like build the Discord, record videos, training videos and all that stuff. But it really kind of took me down a rabbit hole of, um, you know, building out these indicators and stuff because I was hearing people's concerns and the difficulties that they're having. So one of the driving forces of building these indicators and building out the bot alert systems and building out the dashboard that version one's coming out, all of that is based off of challenges that I see traders going through that I may have taken for granted, and I believe it's truly going to help them you know learn the trading curve faster and all that stuff. So I enjoy it, and it's taking me down a rabbit hole, deeper dives, and try to make it better for people. And in return, it's helped me, helping people and talking about it and teaching it to people, helps me stay sharp too. So to me, it's a win-win situation, and I found a lot of benefit. So, so you deserve more. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. It'll work itself out. Bitcoin was invented to bring US dollars down. Why Americans are so interested in Bitcoin. I don't know. I'm not going to get into all that. I stay hyper focused on the swing trades. I don't get too into the narratives or whatever. I will chat about them, from time to time. But on this one, for me, I like to stay extremely hyper focused on the charts, the swing trading, and if you have questions about that, teaching all that stuff. But I probably won't. You won't ever hear me get into I won't let you get me into the politics and all and the narratives and all that. I'll pretty much stay out of all that. So that Dow Jones, the Dow Jones looks really good, very surprising. While S&P 500 and Nasdaq are looking weaker. We trade the chart in front of us, Doc. So what's happening is some are leading the way and some are lagging, right? So it's always there's always a flow to each asset. So we do keep an eye on it all, but some assets will be lagging. So some of them still might be pumping because you got to think about it like money flows, right? And so when the money's flowing from NASDAQ, it might be flowing to the Dow Jones in the shorter term. Longer term, they all will be pretty much, going the same direction. But shorter term, depending on the time frame that you're on, daily chart, whatever, or lower, one might be pumping more than the other because maybe like the algorithms or the traders and the investors, they moved from one to the other. Like the money's flowing from one to the other. So one might be lagging, one might be leading, right? So that's what I would. We can take a look at it though. Colson Richmond, my man. Shout out to, I just call him Kreishman because in the Discord it's Kreishman. But Colson Reichman. I don't know. It's weird for me to say because I always see Kreishman, so I always call him Kreishman. But the guy, he's a longtime sniper. The guy always helps on the Discord. He won one of the contests for number one contributor in a month. I think he won I think he won the second contest. Every day, I think it feels like every day, definitely every week, the guy posts the sentiment scores for crypto because he wants to help the community, right? So it's not like I pay him or anything like that. He wanted to do it. I set up his own channel for him to do sentiment scores for crypto. He takes kind of the sniper system and blends it with the sentiment scores, and he's doing his thing over there. So quite the asset to the sniper community, and I always appreciate the snipers who also contribute. So thanks, I'm going to call you Kreishman. I know it's Colson Reichman, but from Discord I just call you Kreishman. I don't know. I've been seeing that name for forever. It's just the blend of your two names. But shout out to you. Thanks for all your help in the Discord for the snipers. You can't predict, but a swing trader. Okay. Oswaldo Flores, you share really good information on Twitter. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yep. Been trying to do that for it's been like 2.5 years, sharing charts over there. 21,500 posts, and I would say most of them are charts. So exhausting to think that 21,500 posts on Twitter, and I don't know the percentages, but I would say it's definitely more than 50% of charts. So it's been a lot, right? It's been a very high amount of charts posted. Some of the posts have multiple charts, and then on Market Sniper Pro, I think it's like 2,500 posts. So it's a lot. It's a lot of posts. Crypto and Cats, awesome. Thanks for replying. You got it. Oswaldo Flores, good information charts. Kreishman, sentiment scores from today's publish indicate more crab walk. Yep. Still in the bear market. We had a great rally. We are hoping for a rally. 2022, all of 2022, when we were shorting, not all of us are shorting because a lot of new people in the Discord, and now they're 40% of them are still around for more than a year. But what happens is, we're in a bear market in 2022. So the more experienced snipers were taking advantage of shorting it. The less experienced or the investors that are in the Discord, maybe just sat in the sidelines, maybe held cash. And when they saw me saying, hey, I'm looking to take a short position, not financial advice, maybe they went to cash as an investor, preserved capital, because that is a strategy, going to cash. There are, like money markets out there for like 3 to 4%, the bonds out there. So you don't have to just have it stay in a checking account, right? You could actually make, a few percent while the markets are correcting, and then wait for that buying opportunity, right? So having that sniper patience and all that stuff. So thanks. Love all your help. It's teamwork. Love it. Arnold, man, you don't know how much you've been helping me understand trading. Keep noise from Twitter out and learning how to do trades my own. It will stay with us for that. Thank you. Yeah, you're always sharing my stuff too. So it's a win-win for both of us. You're always helping. So, it's a community of like-minded people. So it's not, 10,000 people in the Discord. It's not 50,000 people in the Discord. We designed it to where, yeah, you have to pay to play, but it's a small amount. I'm not charging thousands of dollars, but it is $29 and $79. It was cheaper, a year and a half ago. But it's by design. We have 250 people in the Discord roughly, and 40% of them have been in the Discord for more than a year, and that's what I'm really proud of. Is like we're a like-minded group of snipers trying to snipe the markets, trying to better ourselves for trading and be profitable at the end of the day. So it's not about the numbers. The numbers. I'm not trying to have 10,000 people in the Discord. But we want like a concentrated amount of snipers. So when we go into battle, right? We're going to battle with people who know what they're doing or trying to learn and are hyper focused on being profitable. And that's what we want to do. We want to be hyper focused on being profitable and really honing in on our craft. One thing to know for me is like I'm always constantly trying to get better, and keep the ego in check, and to know that there's always room for improvement. So continuing down the path, man, you are full of it. Yeah, I guess so. Full of it. You got it. Jesse, on the BLX chart, I see bearish divergence on the monthly and 2 monthly. Can you look at that, please? Long before the short's playing out. Thanks, bro. BLX. Yeah, the BLX chart, there's it's the higher time frames for sure because it only shows the closes, right? So probably take a look at that. Bapster, Leafman, short-term fake out to the downside before continuation upwards. Looking at 26, if it's quick wick, short-term fake out doesn't. I think you're talking about Bitcoin because of the numbers, 26,500. Yeah, definitely take a look at Bapster, Loafman. Definitely take a look at my Bitcoin videos because I kind of go, not just yesterday, but like the previous weeks. So I really mapped out my full thoughts on it. What's going to happen? 25,600. Yeah. So I really mapped it all out, what I thought, and nothing has really changed from it. So it's still like the full. It's still my full thoughts, really. 1A, 1B, we'll always have like, you know, um, an idea of what we really think is going to happen and then what's going to happen after that. So VIX, if we're just going to keep going down the chart list, the VIX, it's not bullish right now in the weekly chart. It's still bearish. And it's still currently bearish on the daily chart as well. So if the VIX does flip around bullish, what happens is there's quick spikes up, and that's when you'll see those bigger moves to the downside for SP 500 and then the rest of the market. So, but the VIX as of right now is still bearish on the daily chart. So might as well, we're at 37 minutes roughly. So I guess you got it, Babster. Kreishman, what's your opinion on where or how liquidity could rotate to crypto towards the end of the looming recession? I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, when it is like I think liquidity will come back into the crypto. I'm first and foremost, I believe in Bitcoin and I believe in crypto. So I will be watching it, and that's why I've traded a lot. But I believe in the technology, and I'm not a technology expert by any means whatsoever, but I do think there are crypto that is going to be around for the long term, and I'm not sure which ones it will be, but if you say safer bets, probably of course Bitcoin and Ethereum for use cases, and that's just based off of what I've heard other YouTubers and Twitter folks say, because again I'm not the one writing the code, and I'm not the one behind the scenes of what they're all for. I can only go by what they're telling me, but I do think there is a benefit to it, and there is a need for it for crypto and Bitcoin and all that. So since I do think there is a need for it and a belief in it, then I'm going to be biased that once there is a longer term reversal, I think money does flow into it, and will it be as much money that flows into it? Don't know, right? Like there's so many different factors. Are the rates cheaper? Are they printing money? Like is there more liquidity coming in? Like where is it all shifting? So it's hard to speculate all of that because there's artificial intelligence that's competing for liquidity. There's many other assets that are competing for it, and so it's just it's kind of a wait and see, but I do believe in it, so I think money will flow back into it. So it could be it could be great opportunities in the future when everything kind of starts turning back around, but it's too early to say. Let's keep going. I'm going to look back through the comments of start at the top and just kind of go through the charts real fast. Let's see. OSTK. I don't know if I have that on here. So if you guys could comment, if it's easier for me to search when we're doing crypto, stocks, futures, forex, right? Um, it's easier to search if you just let me know if it's A, crypto, B, stocks, maybe the company name and the symbol. That it's just helpful so there's not like a bunch of lag time on searching. But let's see if we can find. We'll just go to all because there's so many symbols out there, and then some of the symbols are actually on. Um, so overstock, right? So this is the daily chart. So when we're looking at it, I like to kind of look at the replay of what kind of happened, and it kind of like then we kind of walk through it together, right? So this is for P per 06. So had that buy signal, and I haven't looked at overstock, but had that buy signal in June and had a nice swing trade rally up, and then you can see where if I change the settings, you would see it here on the sharpshooter RSI indicator for bearish divergence. So if you come down here, um, you can adjust the settings and it will most likely show you that there is bearish divergence. But to save time and to get through more symbols, I'll just show you manually that you have a peak here on price, and then you have a higher peak here on price, right? You have a peak here on RSI, and you have a lower peak here on RSI for overstock, and that is bearish divergence. And so the potential reversal indicator that we've added to the sharpshooter candles 3.1, um, what I've noticed is, and what's been kind of exciting recently, is that if there's a potential reversal after divergence, we've I've really started to notice that there is, a higher probability reversal coming in. So it's kind of exciting because the potential reversal is also based off of RSI and another indicator combined together. And so when you got bearish divergence followed by a potential RSI reversal, then you can see that there was an actual reversal, and then of course the sell signal. And so as of right now on the daily chart, uh, it's still trending downward, and you can see the candles are getting oversold, right? If you look at RSI, you know you had um, you had a low here at 20. It's at about 29 RSI there, and then it's about 29 again. So will this be like a almost like a double bottom on RSI potentially? And that would be like slight bullish divergence because price, came back down here. So you made a lower low, and RSI could be putting in like that slight bullish divergence. So this potential reversal candle isn't done yet. Like it's in real time and it's showing that there could be a potential reversal. So for me, that's not enough to buy. Having oversold conditions and having a potential reversal, that might be enough for me to take. I mean, if I was in a short position, right? Say from back here at $33, and I'm seeing this now where there's bullish divergence and reversal. Of course, keep in mind this is not financial advice, but if I'm in a short position on overstock, and let me see what great stuff. I don't see that you're in a long or a short, but for me, I would say I'd be looking at possibly taking. See, this is in real time now. The potential reversal went away, so again, the candle closes are going to be worth more to me than actual wicks or when the candle hasn't been closed yet. So it was great to see that in real time that it was a potential reversal candle, and now it's gone away. So um, if the candle closes, and you see like a potential reversal candle after potential bullish divergence, for me, I'd probably take profit there on a short position, but it wouldn't be enough for me to take a buy, right? So for a buy signal, higher probability reversal, right? It would take some time for the reversal to happen. As an example, you're seeing like trending dots come down. You got this trend line coming down, right? All about the same. And so like if there's reversal, maybe price comes back up, retests, comes back down, and then reverses after that. And I would be waiting for a higher probability reversal after that. I'm not looking to try to catch the bottom wick and be a hero. I'm trying to get the reversal and have a higher probability so that the can be profitable on a more regular basis, and then try to capture 80 to 90% of the move. I'm not trying to catch 100% of the move, because then you're kind of guessing, and then at that point, you're going to be wrong a lot. You're going to be wrong a lot more. So that's why I'm seeing an overstock. If you take a quick look on the weekly chart. Weekly chart is still bearish, right? So even if there is a shorter term reversal on the daily chart and there's like a retracement or a bounce, it's still bearish on the weekly chart. So overall, there could be that bounce on say the daily chart, like I just kind of mapped out with that reversal. And at the same time, you see like RSI kind of come back up into here and then continue back down. So it really depends on what time frame you're looking at, right? So you really have to be mindful of the time frame that you're on. But overall, that's why a lot of people get confused, because I'm showing different chart time frames, and I could be bearish on one and bullish on the other, or vice versa. So you really got to know what time frame you're on and what time frame I'm charting. But that's overstock. That was a lot into overstock. I hope that answered your question or what you're looking for. What else do we have? Dow Jones looks really good. Very surprising. S&P 500. I haven't looked at Dow Jones today. Let's go back to the daily chart. Dow Jones, S&P 500. Very similar to NASDAQ, where it gapped up yesterday, but it hasn't made a higher high yet. So this could still possibly be that lower high. And at the end of the day, maybe the pending buy signal goes away and comes back down, right? So too early to say on S&P 500. Where is the Dow Jones futures on here? There it is. So it looks the same, right? So it looks very similar to. Oh, I always do that. I'm gonna put the cursor back on. Still has this lower high, and then there was a sell signal, and then yesterday it gapped up, right? So the difference between the Dow Jones and NASDAQ is there was no sell signal yesterday on the NASDAQ, but there was a sell signal on the Dow Jones on Tuesday. So now it's gapped back above, and it's back above the trending dots, and it is a pending buy. So we'll see if it closes that way. If it does, it could be, maybe the lower high is up here, right? So it's kind of a wait and see, because the day hasn't ended yet, and as we just witnessed in real time on the potential reversal candle, that it could be a pending reversal or a pending buy, and then by the time the day closes, it's no longer pending, right? So it's kind of a wait and see. I'm looking for the closes, but as of right now, with the pending buy, it could mean that the lower high is actually up here. So that's what I'm kind of looking at for the Dow Jones. Babster Loafman, do you have a favorite crypto exchange for leverage? I don't get into that too much because, I've been, threatened to have my accounts hacked and stolen. Uh, you know, so I'm kind of more private about that. Even in the Discord, I don't like to answer that question. And also, there are influencers I've seen out there, promote, for example, Bybit. And I had a Bybit person hit me in the direct message yesterday, like, "Hey, push Bybit will give you all this." I don't have any partnerships with any exchanges, right? A, I'm very cautious with them. B, I'm in the US. So how could I push Bybit if I'm not even able to use Bybit in the US, right? So I'm very cautious on what I say because I have had the threats and I don't want to steer someone and then like you see like FTX go down, right? So I'm very cautious. I don't have any paid partnerships whatsoever. I'm 100% independent, and so I don't like to recommend anything, and then like I feel really bad. Just like I don't want to manage anyone's money, and that includes my own. That includes my family, like immediate family. Because if I do make a mistake on my own stuff, I can live with it. If I make a mistake and lose family or your money, or you go to some exchange and it gets wiped out or whatever, I would feel really bad about recommending it. So I don't have any recommendations, and I don't like to put myself out there where um, I use this exchange and then I start getting targeted or, something like that. So hacked, who knows? I don't know. I'm a little cautious on that one. You could say paranoid too. Um, Stocks for leverage, what I've used in the past for stocks for leverage, I think this is like less risky than the exchanges. So I'm more open to talk about that. But, you know, I'll give three that I've used in the past. I don't want to say what I'm using mostly right now, but Thinkorswim for futures and stocks, E Trade for stocks and futures and options. Well, you could say that for both of them, right? And then options and stock for Tastyworks, right? I think they rebranded to Tasty Trade, but Tasty works well. So I'll just give three on that. I would just make sure, Babster, that you're really dialed in before using leverage, because if you're quick to run, and I don't know your background, you might be an expert trader. I would just say that, be cautious before using leverage, because if you're not dialed in, and maybe you're already in the Discord, I have no idea, because um, I recognize the Discord names, but everyone's got a different name across different platforms. So, but just be careful with leverage. If you're ready to rock and roll, great. Those are the three that I've used in the past. Berkshire Hathaway, BRK.B, Oswaldo, got it. Let's take a look. Start fresh. Oh, I guess it doesn't have any drawings. Let's see. Move 9 drawings. Ooh, had a lot. Okay, so this is Berkshire Hathaway, and on the daily chart, it's still bullish, right? So you had this initial breakdown, and then you had a buy signal, and it's been bullish ever since on the daily chart, right? So let's look at the weekly chart, see if that's bullish as well. So on the weekly chart, it's ultra bullish. So when it's ultra bullish on a higher time frame, any shorter term corrections could quickly reverse in the opposite direction to the upside, right? So for me, unless you're on a really really short time frame, I wouldn't be like maybe it's a counter trade like on a 1 hour chart or the 15-minute chart. Like it would be a very very short term counter trade if I was going to short it, but I wouldn't be shorting Berkshire Hathaway on the daily based off the daily chart when the weekly chart is still ultra bullish, right? Because it's going to be a bigger move to the upside when it's ultra bullish than it is to the downside, on swing trades, and it could whipsaw back to the upside so much faster, right? With that said, um, on the weekly chart, it is overbought, right? And there was like a potential reversal candle on the weekly chart, and then there could be another one, and it could start putting in, that bullish divergence, right? So it could be bullish for weeks, if not a couple months. And so basically be watching it, on the weekly chart. It still is ultra bullish, but the week closes today, right? So then next week you'd be watching that, maybe that bullish diversion is starting to play in, because if RSI on the weekly closes below 73, which is at 71 right now, that would be weekly bearish divergence, right? So that would be weekly bearish divergence, not confirmed because it hasn't, broken back down, but that would be the start of bearish divergence on the weekly chart, and it could remain with bearish divergence. And so you just be watching for the breakdown on the weekly. But if you're on the daily chart, you would see it faster. So if you've got a peak here, and then if price makes a peak here, that would be bearish divergence, assuming that the RSI was lower as well. So too early to say. If you're in a long position, you're probably trying to push it and hold it as long as possible. And but I personally wouldn't be shorting this at this moment based off of the daily chart and the weekly chart. Getting close to that 1 hour, I gotta try to keep to that 1 hour, because otherwise my energy gets drained, and I got some other projects to continue to work on for the snipers. But let me see if I quick run through the comments. Just lagging on. John, can you cover Tesla, please, if you haven't already? Sorry, John. But I'll do a video, because I keep getting requests on it. But I'll probably do a video on Tesla this afternoon, and maybe I'll send it out through the free newsletter. So take a look for that, and I'll put it in the Discord too. But I've gotten several requests on Tesla, and I meant to do it last night, but I ended up doing a Bitcoin video instead. So Tesla, John, I'll definitely work on that this afternoon. But we'll definitely want to take a break. Doc, appreciate your comment. Not sure what the comment was about. I can't remember now. Nav, have you been following your work for over? Oh, you have been following work for over 2 years. Always learn from you. Yeah, I recognize you from Twitter. You're in the Discord for a bit too. So yeah, I definitely recommend you. Thanks for always following and supporting me over the last couple years. Babster, thank you. I understand. Is this quarter by monthly? I don't have any yearly subscriptions, Babster. I only have the monthly, because I don't want people to be locked in. If it's not for you and it's not for everybody, then I want you to be able to cancel anytime. The easiest is just, eventually it'll be all automated, so you can just subscribe and then unsubscribe anytime you want. But as of now, I'm still old school and still sending out the personal emails. So luckily we don't have like 1,000 or 10,000 people in there. We only have 250. So but it's a monthly subscription. Cancel anytime. I'm not trying to hold your money hostage. I want people who want to be there in the Discord, and I don't want definitely want everyone, trying to be on the same page, and everyone, like-minded people working together to try to get better in the markets and stuff. John, Tesla looks like it's formed a bull flag. Okay, I'll take a look at that. And like I said, I'll do that video and send it out this afternoon. And plus, we'll be closer to the daily close. So I always like to do the videos usually around then. Do you believe in Fourier cycles? I think it plays a part in it. And, others have made the case that there is the liquidity cycles that kind of line up with the Fourier cycle. So it's probably a combination of both. And at the end of the day, perception is reality. So if there's enough people that believe in the Fourier cycles, I think it will play a part. It does play a part. And if the liquidity cycles also are lining up in the, quote unquote, the business cycles, liquidity cycles, if those all cycles kind of line up with it, then it all plays a part. But at the end of the day, I'm going to always go off the charts, right? If I only believed in the cycles, then I might become biased and miss a move to the downside, or stay in the cycle to the upside too long, right? So, but do I believe it plays a part? Definitely. Ella, good morning, Snipers. Have a great day. I see you're on your daughter's account again. Brad, time to get uh, your own account, buddy. Incognito on your daughter's account. That's funny. All right, so that's an hour. Looks like I got some homework. I'll try to do like a 7 to 10 minute video on Tesla, and I'll get that sent out. I'll send it out through the free newsletter. So please feel free to subscribe there, take a look at it, and appreciate everybody. Hope you have a great weekend. Happy Friday, and go Minnesota Vikings. I hope they win on Sunday, and we start off 1-0. Can't believe Detroit beat 49ers. It's not a football channel, but I love football, so we'll go from there. Hola, Jesse. ¿Cómo está? What's up, Jose? Thank you. And if you weren't here, and you're just getting on now, take a look at the recording, and you can speed up the time as well. You can move it to like 1.25 speed. But with that, thank you. Have a good weekend, and I appreciate everyone's support. And I'll see you on Monday. All right.